Hi everyone, I'm Ngian and I'm a secondary 2 student from my Stella High School. Ever since I joined my church in secondary 1, I've been taking up English and mathematics, which has prepared me very well for my O-levels.
My name is Cheryl and I'm from CIJ Katong Convent. I've been with my church for almost a year now and I take chemistry, A-Math and E-Math.
My name is Guang and I'm from West Spring Secondary School. I've been in my church for 4 years, starting from P6, and I'm currently enrolled in English, additional mathematics, and physics.
I like that the worksheets are very systematic. There's the basic, intermediate and advanced level questions. I think that really helps build on my concept.
In my physics lesson, we've actually conducted a human reaction test, holding a ruler and then releasing it and catching it afterwards to see how long the length is and testing our human reactions. I find it very fascinating and one of a kind because my school have never conducted such an experiment, and it's also quite fun and memorable for me.
My structure lessons have helped improve my answering technique for questions. So now I feel more confident when I answer questions. For example, for chemistry, it has helped me constantly get an A, and for A-Math, it's actually helped improve my grades from a B4 to an A2.
I've actually did quite well for my math and physics SA2 and I got second in class for both maths and physics, which is actually second in the school because my class is the triple science class, and all this with the help of my teacher at my school. For my English is actually my weakest subject, and with the help of the mind stretcher notes and worksheets, especially for composition, I've managed to do much better in my vocabulary. My English teacher actually took my composition as the model composition, and I felt very proud at that moment that she will actually take my composition and show it to the class, especially for me, a weaker English student that is improving, and I feel more motivated to study and work with my teacher.
My teachers are always very patient and approachable, so I can always ask my teachers for help. For example, my chemistry teacher, Mrs. Tang, I feel like she's a very dedicated teacher and she always answers our questions.
My mind stretcher teachers are kind, charismatic, and experienced in teaching. My English teacher especially, she provides me with a list of O-level vocabulary words, which is very helpful for me. My additional mathematics teacher, Mr. Marcus, is also a very charismatic teacher that teaches in an animated fashion, and I find that very funny and it makes me more concentrated in class. He actually goes the extra mile to provide lesson materials via YouTube that we can watch at our own time, own target and at home before he actually teaches the concepts, so we can have a better conceptual understanding.
Firstly, I would like to thank teacher Monica, which is my English tuition teacher in Central Campus MathsTuition, as she helped me a lot in solving tips on how to score well for different components in English language. Secondly, I would like to thank Mrs. Tan, which is my mathematics teacher in Central Campus, for also teaching me tips and skills on how to solve well for mathematics. Mathematics is not only about thinking, also about logic and problem solving. Therefore, he teaches us a lot of tips on how to make logical sense on solving a question.
They actually provide us with supplementary practices that we can do at our own time and own target without any pressure of handing it up. We can also do it before exams to reinforce our concepts or after lessons so we won't forget whatever we've learned.
The resources given by MathsTuition are also up to date and follow the latest MOE syllabus. The online resources that were given out by MathsTuition, such as the MSE Study Buddy, which is exclusive to MathsTuition, allows me to access MathsTuition's online notes and assignments on time, which should not cause any disruption to my studies at all.
To my knowledge, no tuition centers have actually provided their students with so much resources that they can revise at home at their own time, own target, and at their own comfort, which I find very, very helpful. As a student taking 8 subjects, I find it extremely difficult to juggle everything together. And before exams, we also have to look through our textbook, which is extremely thick for me. So the very compact and summarized notes provided by MathsTuition really packs a punch for me, and it's very helpful for me before my exams during my revision.
For myself, I've attended the O-level subject combination webinar in MathsTuition and also some English webinars which are provided in MathsTuition this year. This webinar has provided me a lot of help and guidance regarding on how could I improve in my certain areas where I myself may be weak at.
For the MathsTuition supplementary webinars, I find it extremely effective, and I will describe how it is. Before the webinar, the teachers would give you a huge worksheet which is quite thick, and it contains many questions that you can practice. And after you've done them, you can actually attend a virtual Zoom lesson. Then the teachers will teach whatever that was in your worksheet, and you can check your answers and reinforce certain concepts that you want to learn. And you can also unmute your mic and ask questions if necessary. And I think this is quite a one-of-a-kind experience that other tuition centers do not provide. And it's quite special, and I like it a lot.
Personally, I like to take notes for subjects like chemistry and biology because there's a lot of content to remember. And I think taking down notes is very effective because it helps me remember points better.
I would recommend the strategy of studying and focusing for 30 minutes and taking a 5-minute break subsequently, and repeating this cycle for the whole day. This way of taking strategic breaks actually enhances your conceptual understanding and will be helpful.
I would recommend to other students, and I actually have recommended it to a few of my friends, as I feel like MathsTuition lessons have helped me improve on my weaker subjects like A-Math, and I feel like it might help my friends too.
I would definitely recommend MathsTuition to my classmates and other students because rest assured, once you're in MathsTuition, your potential will stretch to its greater heights and will be taken care well under the dedicated teachers. All the best! See you at MathsTuition!